Hello guys, Ivan here, and in this video we are going for a drive in this beautiful GLE 53, and this is the AMG version and also the coupe. You can see the swooping line behind me, so this car is just incredible. So guys, thank you very much for support on this channel, and if you haven't yet, then please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you are notified for all new videos. And this is how the interior looks during, you can say, night here in the garage. So how fantastic this looks, absolutely incredible. Ambient lighting and everything, just wonderful. So welcome on board of the new AMG GLE 53 Coupe. And this is my first drive of the GLE Coupe. And half a year ago, this spring, I drove the GLE 53, the SUV variant. Now we have here the Coupe. And to me personally, I prefer Coupe over the SUV because to me it looks much more sporty, but it still retains a great level of the daily usability, because this car has a quite good boot space for being a coupe. Today we have here the coupe for those which want something else. So we can put this back into the Sport Plus. Can you hear the nice exhaust sound? It sounds pretty ridiculous. So this is inline 6-cylinder new engine for the AMG. They launched it in the CLS 53 for the first time, then E-Class, and now the GLE series, and also the GT 4-door has this engine. So this is widely spread engine across the AMG, and it is so called the entry-level AMG for bigger cars. So E-Class and higher in the hierarchy, you will find this as a base level engine variant. So this car has power of 435 horsepower and 520 Newton meters of torque. I will put the pound-feet of torque on the screen. Acceleration from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour or 62 miles per hour is only 5.3 seconds. Top speed I will put also on the screen. On the overruns, you have quite aggressive exhaust notes and also crackles. So that's really exciting. Oh, wow! When exhaust gets hot, it makes this sound. This car is really agile in the corners. It's pretty remarkable for such a big car. And it's pretty steady in the corners. It's like a big hatchback, I would say. That's actually true. It's like a big hatchback with a swooping roof. obviously you can feel that you have like a big weight around you, big mass. But it handles the weight in the corners so easily. It's absolutely phenomenal. And this is not even pushing, because we have a not slippery, but we have a damp road, and it's not super dry, so we can say not dry at all. And even here in these conditions, it's absolutely fantastic how it grips. So this car is really usable. We can say on a day-to-day basis, I would say. We can now go into the comfort, and you will see it's ultra quiet. We have also exhaust button here, so I can do and hear more the exhaust. So that is possible as well. And yes, this car has OPF filter in Europe, but I would say even with OPF, this is really good. You can find this engine also in the new E53 facelift, in coupe, cabriolet, sedan, or even estate. So you can buy this engine. I will put on the screen in how many cars, but in a lot of cars. Now going downhill behind the lorries, behind the trucks, comfort mode, absolutely quiet, which is what you want sometimes during daily driving. You don't always go like crazy, that's true, because you are sitting in the traffic and maybe you don't have a mood to drive like this, so you can drive calmly. I can actually set here cruise control, and the car will do automatically gas, will add gas, and brakes as well. Car can also automatically steer, but it needs to see the lines perfectly. Now we have a fog also. These lines are not 100% always, so, and there is icon which indicates that this car now slowed down into the corner automatically. So, and when you have a car in front of you, you can set 4 levels, how close or how far away from the car you want to be for the automatic cruise control to operate. So right now I have it on level 4, so as far as possible. This system works really great. It can also stop at the traffic light and start moving again up to 60 seconds, or you can just tap. If it's more than 60 seconds, you can tap into the accelerator pedal, and the car will accelerate at the speed which you set before last time. So really convenient drive here in the GLE. So now the car is doing everything. It brakes. The car can also see that you are going into the corner, and it will slow down to a point that it is comfortable to you and drive through that corner on that speed. We can now change to Sport Plus. You have Sport, and okay, so now we have a little bit worse tarmac, and you can feel and probably hear the suspension. And now again in comfort, that's really noticeable, the difference here. It filters this uneven road really great. Also, for example, you can go into the Sport Plus mode, and you can change the suspension into the comfort mode. So you can have everything in Sport Plus, but suspension you can get and set it in the comfort. So that's really great. You have several modes. You have also sand mode, train mode. If you go into the terrain, you can use that. We have 9-speed TCT gearbox here, which is a torque converter transmission. The AMG transmission, really good. It's very smooth. So you can also see on the screen which wheels are being used for the power. For acceleration, which wheel is using how much power. You can also see which suspension on which wheel is working. So as you can see, this car is pretty fast. And the exhaust pops are now even better. And a really good feature of this gearbox is if you hold the down pedal, it will downshift to the lowest possible gear for you to have the best acceleration. So you don't have to click like 5 times. Or you can just, if you want to have in advance the gear, obviously. If you want just full acceleration, then you can just smash your feet onto the throttle. Like I did now. Okay, so that was that. We can go back into the comfort mode. So I can show you RPMs, and also the car can hold the lane automatically because we can see lanes now. We have also Magic Sky control for the windshield wipers. So the liquid goes from the wipers onto glass. So now it says I should hold. So this is level 2 of the autonomous systems. This car can also overtake automatically, and we have now 4 levels with the car in front of us. So I can reduce that to level 1, and also I can indicate, and the car will now change lane automatically. See? Wow. And now to the right. How brilliant is this? So at 133 kilometers per hour on the dash, that's like, I don't know, 128 kilometers GPS, or on 129, it can do under 2000 RPMs. Now we can try how it brakes in front of the truck. Pretty great, I would say, very stable. We had only 1 bar, so that's why it came so close. So really great, I would say. The wind noise at this speed is not present, basically. You don't hear the wind noise. 120. Then we have around 1600 RPMs. And 115, 1.5. 110 would be 1,500. 120, 1,500. 130, 1,500. 140, 1,500. 150, 1,500. 160, 1,500. 170, 1,500. 170, 1,500. 180, 1,500. 190, 1,500. 191, 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1,000. 1 So that was for my US viewers, where the highway speed limit or also in the UK is lower. Now we don't hear any exhaust, and that's simply because we are in comfort mode. You can see a really nice forest here. So at 90 kilometers per hour, if you go into the 9th gear, we have 1000 and I would say 300 RPMs. Actually, I can see here RPMs. Okay, so 1200. So that's really great for fuel consumption, and also to lower the noise from the engine if you prefer that in certain situations. Obviously, steering wheel is really nice. And what is also interesting is in the new E-Class, this part where I'm holding at 3 and 9 o'clock is now thicker. I would say much thicker, noticeably thicker than this one. So if you want a new steering wheel, then you can opt and go for the new E-Class. So on average, I would say between 10 and 12 liters if you include also the city drive. Depends where you drive. If you drive in the city in traffic jams, obviously with every car you will have a higher fuel consumption. Overall, I would say this is a really great consumption for this kind of engine and performance. 6 cylinders, 435 horsepower, and consumption is similar to cars which have different power levels. And we are also on the winter tires, which have a softer compound, and therefore these softer tires have a higher fuel consumption. Okay guys, so update after 6 kilometers, which is like 4.5 miles, my fuel consumption is 7.6 liters. I will put the MPG on the screen, so you can go with this consumption now 7.5 liters, so it's going down. So we were probably going in the direction of the against of the wind, so we had wind resistance. Now we are going probably either with the wind in the back or neutral wind, because it's not super windy today. So at 133 kilometers per hour, 1800 RPMs. Okay, so I actually saw that the car has lowered suspension, and I wanted to put it back, but it told me that I should lower the speed, reduce the speed. So this car lowers if you are going quickly, so it has and yeah, really smart. So the car is braking, and the way this car manages this acceleration and braking is really smooth. It's not uncomfortable at all, and it actually accelerates faster if you have Sport Plus on the cruise control.